Welcome back into Football Frenzy Plus here. A lot of good games in that first block, but we've got a lot more games in this block here, plus a little bit more.
Yeah, we got teams playing with a little bit of revenge. And speaking of which, Harlem lost our game of the week last week. They had a 14-3 lead on Guilford, and they coughed it up at home, and they went into Freeport tonight with a mission approved. We'll get you those highlights right now. And when we got to this game, it was 14-7 Harlem on top, and it was much of the same story as this one continued. 4-1 Huskies going up against a solid 3-2 Freeport team. A little bit of trickery in the backfield. The double handoff ends up in the hands of Giante Jones-Williams. He scores the touchdown. Freeport's offense couldn't get much going in this one. Jackson Cook was back deep, but he can't field this one. But no worries. His teammate in LeBron McClellan helps him out, scores the touchdown to make it 28-7. And then Ben Summers brings one back for Freeport. So 28-14, the home team trying to claw back into this one. But the Harlem Huskies, man, they are just in a machine on offense, led by Braxton Fawcett. He dumps it off to his running back in Marshawn Coleman, who takes it the distance. That made it 35-14, and their defense continued to show out. Their offense piles it on, everything working for Harlem, who wins 59-14.
They are dominant on defense as well with
Right.
some big stack leaders. Now into the BNC Oregon and North Boone homecoming. Gage Vermette, homecoming king this year. Congrats to him. Oregon up 31-0 though here in the third. Ethan Peeling for the Hawks getting the interception, taking it all the way to the house, and the Hawks win this one 45-13.
Let's go on to a Thursday matchup. This one was technically a Jefferson home game, who do play their games at Guilford High School, but they're playing the Guilford Vikings, so it's going to be tough to stop them, especially when you got that guy in the backfield. Chris Porter, he is a tough runner. He was instrumental in their win against Harlem last week, and Anthony, we can see it right here. He's instrumental in this one as well, but Gennardi Turner in the Jefferson secondary able to bring him down to save a touchdown, but only for so long. It's Jason Teal who takes the snap at fullback. He scores in the end zone. And then here's Jaden Williams, the quarterback, dropping back, and he puts it in the lap of the Guilford secondary player, Naz Jones. He takes it close to the goal line. Almost thought he had a pick six, but his teammate in Chris Porter is able to pick him up for his second touchdown of the day. Guilford led 20-0 at halftime. The final score of this one was 40-14.
Now, we've been getting into the habit of our Football Frenzy features here. This one is going to take us to Dakota High School because their football team broke their 15-game losing streak in their Week 5 win over Rockford Lutheran. And while they did lose tonight and started the season 0-4, players and personnel I talk with say they came to practice every day with a will to win.
It was a good feeling for us. More importantly, it was a good feeling for the kids.
It felt great. You know, it's been 2 years since we've won.
The Dakota Indians football team earned its first regular season win last week for the first time since 2023, beating Rockford Lutheran 58-36 in a non-conference battle.
Outstanding. Everything, all the work we've been putting in finally came out. Got that result we wanted.
Good opportunity for them to show the community what they've been working on, and a good opportunity for us as a program to get a win underneath the belt.
Eric Diddish took over as the program's head coach in 2023. He says the team does not take any of their opponents for granted, especially when they take the field against conference rivals in the NUIC.
Week in and week out, you're playing someone very tough. Mentally, the kids have not quit on me. They've come out real strong. They're playing. They're giving me everything that they can.
We have one of the hardest 1A conferences. It's tough, but it's probably good for us because we learn to play football better.
There we go.
Dakota's long been a postseason powerhouse, including playoff berths every year between 1998 and 2011, which included 3 state championship wins over this 14-year stretch. Coach Diddish says the program's recent win is a confidence boost and will use this to spark future victories in hopes of returning to the playoffs.
Keep grinding every play, all practice, every morning. Get here, get our work done, just keep working.
We might be a smaller team, but we have a lot of potential to go out there and show people what we're really made of.
First down, ready.
Really interesting stuff there from the Dakota Indians, but really cool to see, just despite that major losing skid they had, especially the seniors, just they never lost hope. They're like, hey, any given week we can win, and they are in a really tough conference.
They really are. And, the NUIC, it's going to be a battle. There are some powerhouses, so there's going to be some tough games along the way. But when you get into, youth sports and even high school sports, there's something that you get a lot more than just the wins and losses. You take the memories, you take the ups and downs, you take kind of the 4-year journey with you, and the guys that you went through it with, you never really forget those friendships. They last a lifetime, and it's really an awesome story and just a way that this team can kind of just come back from a few tough losses, but they keep fighting, and that's also a coach that's not losing faith in his players too.
Yeah, this is his third season. He was 3-6, then 0-9, and is starting to pick things up, trying to get the rebuild, because Dakota has been a powerhouse in the playoffs. They haven't made the playoffs since 2022 or 2020. It was 2022 the last time, so Coach Didish wants to make sure they get him into the postseasons in the coming seasons.
But in the coming weeks, we'll have a lot of teams that clinch playoff berths, and we'll have to be back right here for Football Frenzy once again. I say we'll have to be back, but it's always a privilege to do this with you, Anthony.
Yes.
And it's a privilege to do this for you guys as well. Thank you so much for tuning in to Football Frenzy Plus. For Anthony and Ryan, we're saying so long. Make sure to join us next Friday as well.